Chapter 24. Christmas in the Troll Realm. The trolls all rumbled by drumming on their big bellies as Olina had made her Christmas wish. She wanted to share all the magical things in the world with her dad. That was her biggest wish. She'd been sad for a long time as she couldn't share with him what she shared with both her mom, grandma and Grammy. The trolls had stopped their rumbling, and now Marabella said, "Olina, it would be our honor to initiate your dad into our clan. That way he would be open to all the magic in the world. In a way, you yourself have made your wish come true, as it was you who got us our drum back. And we need the drum to help your dad see what is hidden right before his eyes." Olina took a deep breath. She hadn't realized she had held her breath. Tears of joy ran down her cheeks. She'd given up on her big wish, and now the trolls would make it come true. But how would I even get my dad here for the ceremony? I suppose it must take place here? Don't worry about that, Olina. We have a present for you to give to your dad tomorrow evening at your Christmas celebrations. Olina was thrilled. It was the best thing she could ever have imagined. Tomorrow her wish would come true. It was getting late in the troll realm, so Olina and Bumble said their goodbyes. Excuse me. They went through the door in the troll realm and came out the door in Troll Hill in Whispers Forest like last time. Olina had a big square package with her from the trolls. She had no idea what it was. It was going to be a surprise for her as well as her dad. And the surprises kept coming. As Olina and Bumble went through the door to Troll Hill, they were greeted by the Wood Elf family who just got home from their travels to a faraway country. Berg, her best friend, gave her a big hug and made her tell everything she'd been up to while they were gone. They all listened in excitement, and Olina ended her story with putting the big brown package on the table. "This is from the trolls to my dad. They told me to give it to him tomorrow at our Christmas party. I'm so eager to find out what it is. But I have to wait until tomorrow to find out what it is," she laughed in a big smile. "That's so wonderful, Olina. I know how much you wanted to share with your dad. I'm just a little jealous you have had all this excitement without me. Our holiday was much less eventful. We missed you," Berg said with a grin. "Well, I hope you will join us tomorrow. It would be amazing to have you all there." "Can we?" Gro, Berg's cheerful little sister, asked their parents, Magna and Trude, who both nodded. Of course, it would be marvelous to see and share this big event with Olina. "You are family to us," said Trude. The next day was Christmas Day. Never had Olina been so happy about Christmas as she was today. There was a white coat of powdery snow outside, and the whole family went for a walk in Whispers Forest as their special Christmas tradition. The snow crackled under their boots, and the silence in the forest felt wonderful and welcoming. Olina was so excited, she felt she could burst. Not even Mom, Grandma, or Grammy knew what was going to happen tonight, and she felt this could also be as much as a gift to them as for her dad and herself. The women exchanged secret looks when they passed Cairn Hill, where they had helped Bew the troll last Christmas to get back to his family. When they got back home and had their afternoon tea, Mom said, "Olina, I think you have a few Christmas secrets up your sleeve," she smiled. Olina grinned secretly and said nothing. It was so lovely to sit with her family in front of the warm fireplace. The Christmas dinner was about to begin, and this year all that mattered to Olina was to give the present from the trolls to her dad. She had decided to wait till everyone had exchanged their gifts, which they usually did after dinner. They had a wonderful time, and the dinner was so delicious that Olina even forgot her excitement of what was to happen that night for a little while. They all ate too much of the special Christmas pudding with cherry sauce to find the hidden almond. The one who found it would get the prize of a gift. As per usual, everyone pretended not to have found the almond, and everyone were looking joyfully at each other to see if they could spot the winner. The dish was miraculously empty, which meant someone must have found the almond. They all looked at Dad as he had a lump in his cheek, and he was trying unsuccessfully to hide it. "Dad, come on, we know you have it," Olina laughed, while she got an idea. Dad took the almond from his mouth and grinned. "I guess I was the lucky one this year." Olina held Mom back, as she knew she was going to get the prize for Dad. She couldn't wait to give him the present from the trolls, and now seemed to be a good time. She went to her room and whizzed downstairs and put it in front of him. "Wow, Olina, were you the one in charge of the almond gift? It is huge. I guess it's not a marzipan pig this year," he grinned, shaking the big square as to find out what was inside. "Yes, I hope you like it," Olina hurried to say, looking very impatiently from Dad to the present. He laughed, and to tease Olina, he unwrapped the present very slowly. It was a painting. Olina immediately knew that it must be another portal. Dad was intrigued by it and looked at it closely. It was a painting of the troll mounds in the troll realm in a magnificent wintry scenery. A few moments went by, then Dad saw the painting was moving. "Whoa, Olina! How is it doing that? Do you see the—" And swoosh! Dad was sucked into the painting. Mom, Grandma, and Grammy looked at Olina and the painting in amazement. "Come on, get your coats on, and Dad's as well as his shoes. Mom, grab the treats we are having ready. Later, we are going on an adventure." With no time for Olina to explain, they all got themselves ready and swooshed through the painting one by one. One more excited than the other, they landed softly in a pile of powdery snow. Dad was nowhere to be found, so they all ventured to the troll mounds. It looked completely different from when Olina was there yesterday. The trolls had decorated with garlands of pine and baubles, and lanterns with fireflies, which lit up the troll mounds. It was brilliant. But what was more surprising was that they found Dad chatting with Bew, Bumble, and Chew. The three ladies couldn't believe their eyes. Dad was standing there with a cup of steaming mulled wine in bare feet, just like the trolls in the snow. They went over to the party. Dad, who was in an exceptionally good mood, grinned at them. "What took you so long?" he said cheerfully. They all laughed and hugged. They brought the Christmas tree into the big hall in one of the mounds where so many familiar faces stood, waiting for them to join. The Wood Elf family were there. Fairies, Muma the Bog Witch, and all the elven folk. Elif with the biggest smile on his little face, Ostara, the spring goddess, and so many more. Overwhelmed and surprised, like Olina thought her dad would be, she went over to greet her friends. Mom, Grandma, and Grammy had a great chat with Bumble, and they talked about the good old times. Dad came in with Bew and Marabella, and Olina beamed at him like a little son, puzzled but very happy. Then Marabella raised her tail, waiting for everyone to notice and be silent. Dear friends and family, we are gathered here today on this very special night to welcome Olina's dad into our clan. As it turns out, he is already a part of our big family. When he was a child, he had his own adventures here in the troll realm. None of us knew who he was before he came here tonight. It's a long story, but now it's time to celebrate. Everyone had brought special treats. There were all sorts of colorful delights, cakes, sweets, confections, and drinks. Some of it Olina never heard of before. Fairy kisses, chocolate rainbows, elven swirls. It was the most wonderful Christmas party she had ever been to. They all laughed and celebrated merrily, all kinds of being together in the Troll's great hall. When it was time to go home, Elif, Berg, Bombil, and the Wood Elf family came with Olina and her family through the portal to Troll Hill in Whispers Forest. But it wasn't over yet, as Olina had a surprise for Elif. They all went with Olina to the old mine, where she had Elif and the others wait outside until she yelled they could come in. She had lit all the lanterns, and the fire was crackling merrily, lighting Elif's new home in a warm glow. He was over the moon and so grateful, with happy tears in his eyes. He thanked Olina for her generosity and forgiving nature. He had spent most of December bringing back all the stolen magical things, and he was exhausted now and needed a restful sleep. Olina, Bombil, her mom, dad, grandma, and Grammy went home all tired and very happy too from the exciteful, eventful Christmas they've had. Christmas morning, they were all gathered once more in front of the fireplace, but this time it was Dad who was telling stories of his thrilling adventures with the trolls from his childhood and the reason why he'd forgotten all about it. The end. Thank you so much for listening. I would love to hear your thoughts about the story. If you could leave me with a review or a comment, it would be most helpful. This here was a completely raw, unedited edition of Olina and the Big Wish. And I'll tell you another little secret. I only just finished it last Monday. So it has been ongoing through December, which is why the videos were a bit unrefined, as I'm just learning as I go. I'm planning on publishing the story next year. So, with all this, I will wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and a blessed Happy New Year. Thank you.